JT. Hello, hello. It's been like a week, hasn't it? It's nice to be back. It's nice to be doing some more streaming. It's been a bit of a busy week for me, so I haven't been able to get on since last week, but I figured we'd start with something a little short and a little chill. Something that seemed really interesting. So this just came out a couple days ago, I think, if I remember right. A pretty new little game. And the interesting thing about it, I mean, we'll find out how the story goes, but you control it with your eyes by blinking, evidently. So we'll see how that works. I can say right from the start, though, liking the art style, looking really good, and this piano music. I haven't listened to this piano music for a little while now. I was setting things up, and very nice, very cozy, like a lot. So let's hop right into it then. Okay, I am wearing glasses. Okay, it doesn't seem to be quite seeing my camera. I wonder if it's going to have a little bit of trouble since I'm also using the camera for the stream. Okay. I have an idea. On how to set this up. So I think it's not pulling my camera because I'm also using my camera for the stream. But I think if I grab my wife's webcam and plug it in and have like two webcams, I can have one webcam as the stream and the other webcam that's controlling the game. Hey, quick. 1 second here. Okay. Let's get this set up here. Okay. Plug this in. Okay. All right, let's... Why are you not turning on? Let me try a different port. Let's see. So now I have both webcams plugged in, but it's only turning on one. There we go. It wasn't the game that was detecting it. It was that, like, they just weren't turning on top of my monitor. So there we go. Now I have two sources. Okay. So let's try this again. No. What if I just don't use the second camera in Logi Capture? There we go. Okay, now we got it. Now we got it. Okay, that was the problem. Is because they're both getting pulled into my camera software, and so it was thinking both were used. So, okay. So now we got that. That looks terrible. So, next, I am wearing glasses. Okay, face evenly lit, eyes are visible. Okay, so this should go off whenever I blink. Okay. Okay. Detected a couple extras. We're getting close. Couple extras. Still got a couple extras. Here. Ugh. Hey, Kitty Racer. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Here we go. This is a game about blinking. Every time you blink, the game will notice. See how this works? Try blinking on the white symbol. Cool. When you see a metronome and blink, you'll jump forward. Ooh, okay. Keep blinking. This is so wild. Okay, we got a boat. Yeah, blinking IRL.
Miles. That's mine.
Well, hello there, stranger. Ooh, you're a real bright and shiny one, aren't you? I ask you for your name, but sadly you got no mouth to speak with, or hands to shake with, or nose to look down with. So we're gonna have to find another way. See, what you'll find is, even though you're no longer in your body's still inside of you. If that makes any sense. So, if you understand what I'm saying, blink over my hand here.
Okay.
You remember blinking, don't you? Ooh, well look at that. You're a blinking genius. Yeah, I knew you were special. You see all them poor souls down there, lost in the waves? I didn't choose any of them. I chose you. See, I just sometimes get a sort of a hunch, or what's a better word? Notion? No, a better word than that. A premonition when a soul's worth pulling up.
He knows I'm intentionally blinking when I point this little dot at the eyeball.
Big, scary one. That's where I'm taking you to see the gatekeeper. To be judged. I'm gonna present your case.
I was wondering that too when I first started it up, but yeah, it's controlled by me looking at
She's
this,
impressed.
like moving this cursor around.
And you get yourself a spot in her magnificent city. If she ain't, well, I eat seagull for dinner again, and you, well, we don't have to worry about that, because I am the best orator you'll find on these sickly waters. Class A storyteller, believe you me. Oh, shut up, you trash birds. You had your chances. It wasn't my fault you were no good. Layabouts.
The sea. Oh dang, these seagulls look creepy.
Clock watchers. I got some words for you. Sorry I had to hear that. So sure, maybe I'm not the most verbose storyteller out there, but I know how to spin a yarn if I'm given something to work with. And that's where you come in. Your life. You're gonna show it to me. I want to see exactly what made you so absolutely great. So, just think back to the very beginning. The first thing that you can remember. I'm gonna send you there. But understand, no matter how much you like it, you're not gonna be able to stay, alright? Every time you blink, you're going to jump forward in time. Could be a second, could be 5 years. That's just how this thing works. Alrighty then. I hope he's ready for this. Now, the next time that you blink, I'm gonna send you back. Don't be afraid, and don't try to fight it.
I was trying to fight it.
Just try to enjoy it this time.
Time travel blinking.
Look at
This
that
is so cool.
sun. We've got a long, beautiful day ahead of us. Why are you smiling like that? You must really like it out here, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh hey, it's someone else.
Let's go get you some seashells. What do you say?
Oh, it's from like when I was a kid.
You see that big spiky plant over there? That's called an agave. 11 years from now, that plant will die so it can give birth to this
No!
Day really slipped away, didn't it? Oh well, days have a tendency to do that, I guess.
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh man.
Kid. Look at that. There's your little hand.
We have to make him do this every birthday.
That's a great idea. It'll really be something.
No! I keep wanting to know what's happening, but I can't stop blinking.
Oh, you want to play along with Mommy, don't you?
Oh.
Give it to
No! That seemed like a nice time. Oh, bath time. Better not look down so we don't break Twitch
Sounds
rules.
good, honey.
I'm sending it to my mentor next week. It has to be perfect.
Well, sounds pretty perfect to me.
Haha! Boat.
About it.
What do I like about it? I like the music.
That's very specific.
I also.
Yeah, I am. It's all, like, before the metronome appears, I can blink as much as I want, as long as I'm not looking at, like, the little eyeball.
What do you think he's
But once the
thinking about?
metronome comes, it'll go when you blink, and you lose that time.
Probably solving the problems of the universe.
So, do you think he's going to be smart?
I don't see why not. I mean,
I have a cloud boat!
we're both pretty smart.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's going to be necessarily.
You're right. No.
It's okay, I got all the clouds. I'm fine with blinking.
No, it's not derivative. At least I didn't think it was. Do you think you could tell the other members of the selection committee what I just told you? Right. No, I'm sorry. I guess I just put a lot of expectation on this call. Okay, I understand.
Cloud percent.
Thank you for considering my piece, John. It really means a lot.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, that's sure a little mess of color.
Hey, we do not throw things in this house.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're mad that you aren't.
I'm sorry. Oh, hey, we got some Beethoven in here. Nice, nice.
See? That used to be my piano. My dad gave it to me. He loved music. Fled his home country just to have a chance to pursue it.
Man, if this person's life I'm watching through is like a pianist, this is gonna really give me some feels, isn't it? Me too, man. Ugh.
God, he made me practice so much. I hated it at first.
And choir at a church? What is this, my life?
I think he hoped to make it further than conducting the high school choir. Never said anything, though. He was what you...
No, I want to
Hey,
know
Danny.
more.
Are you ready to see something really special?
Oh man,
I just don't want him to get attached.
what's in the box? Just turn your head on your second. Well, like you can technically play through the game without the eye detection stuff turned on. But this is really cool. Like it like the immersiveness of it. Like, this would also be very cool in VR. It'd be even more able to detect your blinks even better in VR. But like, just like the fact that things change, like when I myself am blinking too, it's like it's really cool. Open the box. Okay.
Richard, that's the cutest thing
Oh!
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Wait,
No! It only has one eye!
now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember?
I petted the kitty!
There you go. Doesn't that make you feel happy? Like you just want to jump up and down? Now what about C minor? You remember how to play that one?
Fuck, this is already giving me feelings. Oh!
Very good. Just one note different. That one sounds sad, doesn't it? Amazing what a difference one little change can make on how a person feels.
I don't like that our mom is sneezing.
Sounded like me and your little friend on your piano there.
Oh, she's allergic to the cat. Oh. Fuck. God damn it. We haven't even gotten anywhere yet, and I'm already having feelings.
She was in grad school studying composition. I never met anyone like her. I just prayed to God I could somehow keep up.
Right.
I think she liked that I was a professor. Gave me a certain gravitas in her eyes, you know, which I very quickly lost. God, she dragged me to so many places.
And we'll never know what they were. Not doing so hot in the piano. Oh, we're going for the big leagues.
Wait, that's my piece. How did you figure out how to play that? Richard, are you hearing this?
Oh, she composed it.
What?
He's playing my piece. He must have figured it out by ear. I mean, I was a gifted kid, but he's brilliant. We need to get him into serious...
Oh, man. Fuck. It's that little kitty.
Oh God, I have my interview in 5 minutes and I completely forgot to feed him.
It is really cute. I drew my kitty.
Of course, sir. It's all organized into folders, sitting ready on my kitchen table.
He's
They
getting
will literally
bigger.
be on your desk when you get in. What could possibly happen to the files between now and tomorrow morning? We are fine.
Hey. Oh no, he peed on the paper.
Is he coming?
I'm flying him out in February, remember? You know, I think he was pretty surprised that I could actually afford to do that.
Hey, why not? You're a working woman now.
I guess that's true.
Don't let it go to your...
This is called a metronome. We use it to measure time so we don't get lost in the music. I want you to start using it before Grandpa comes to visit. You know, my father once told me, when I was about your age,
We saw him once
the only
before.
way to fight
On our
against
first
time
birthday, he had a video
is to create
camera.
a work of genius, which might live on after you're gone. So I asked him, what about your children? thinking, I might be a work of genius just as I was. He said, yes, I suppose. If you made a work of genius, I could live on through that as well. I haven't seen him in over 10 years. Can you believe that? I wonder if he'll even recognize me.
Uh-oh. Phone call in the night.
You really need to stay in time with the metronome, okay?
Man, this really takes me back. Oh boy, doing piano stuff to metronomes.
Subdivide the time. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4.
Oh my god, even the subdivisions.
There you go, buddy. Okay, now keep a firm grip on it, just like that. Oh my. Think you like that, pal. Sorry, buddy. Turn around, Elle, so we can photograph you.
I'm just really behind right now. Why don't you take photos in the backyard? It may not be interesting at first, but if you keep going back out there every day, you'll be surprised by how much it changes.
Oh. Oh, is this our backyard? Oh, hey!
Ernie, buddy,
Ernie!
Ernie.
Ernie, we need you!
God, Elle, what if you got eaten by a coyote?
My sinuses would be a turn.
Oh no, our cat ran
So
away!
you're saying it's a coincidence
Oh,
that
he's
it
back.
disappears for weeks and then comes back with a huge belly?
But Ernie's a boy.
And you're sure about that?
Oh, she pregnant!
Uh-huh. And that was based on...
You hold distance?
I'm still not understanding how you let this happen.
I don't know.
Oh!
He keeps coloring the grass blue, the ocean
Ugh.
green, and then the sky red.
And what's wrong with that?
No, are you kidding? I love it. Are you able to pick up the new book?
Yes.
I didn't like the sound of
I
that.
know, it seems impossible that you could ever play something so complex. But just take it one day at a time. Trust me.
It's spooky month! It's a spooky month!
You're really getting there, honey. Next week we'll start working on your other hand.
Okay. 2 brackets on each side.
Oh man, building tables.
Screws on each bracket. 2 washers on each screw. So that means we need 8 washers.
The quiz said find the 0, and he just drew an arrow pointing to it.
Genius! Right?
Congratulations, B! First of many, I'd assume.
I want that box full by the time I come in there. If you don't play with it anymore, we're getting rid.
Ah, fuck the giveaway box. I remember that.
This isn't my house. It's not my house.
Right, it's my house. You have 5 minutes to get down, or I'll drive it back with you up there.
Fall back, you fool.
A friend?
Have your heads. I'll feed them to the cat.
Chloe, come play inside.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Come over here.
Me?
Yes, Mr. Camera Boy. I'm talking to you.
I don't want to talk to girls. Oh no. This is not going to go anywhere well, I'm sure.
Why are you always out here taking photos? You know, if you really want to take a photo of something cool, you should take a photo of this.
Chloe!
Oh man.
Quiet, everyone.
Oh no.
Play for us.
Recital.
Wow, L, he's unbelievable. My God, I didn't realize our head of accounting was raising a musical prodigy.
Didn't you used to be a composer yourself, Elle?
No, I don't know if I'd say that.
But you used to.
Fucking hell.
The class is world history. My name is Mr. Isaac. The class.
Whatever's at the end of this game, it's gonna get me hard. I know it. Fuck.
Look on your desk. I wrote you something.
We're in the same class. What a coincidence. Please keep in mind that while we're at school, we don't know each other. Do not talk to me
I
ever.
want each of you to write it down.
Ouch.
Not doodle on the sidelines, not stare off into space. Okay, now I will go on to the next slide. Chloe, tell me, what did the quote say?
Right, I definitely know this.
You were taking note.
So, those who do not remember the past, repeat the past. That's right, right?
Indeed it is.
I tried to convince your father not to buy you that thing, but he insisted. Half suspect he bought it for himself.
Video games!
The little guys are pretty cute, though. I will admit that. Oh, I want the job of whoever gets paid to think of that crap.
Consters? This is too real. We're a pianist. We had a cat that ran away and got pregnant.
Oh,
We're
sure.
a gamer. This is my life.
Together in history class. I don't know what I'd do without old Benny.
Very sweet. Thank you
Oh.
for this game with him.
Your dad just thanked me for hanging out with you?
Ouch. Ouch, Dad.
It's called a magnet school.
Oh, fuck. We'll see. It kind of looks that way.
It's about an hour away in a town called Burton. I know the change can be scary, but I just want you to go in and meet the dean I spoke with. You know, life can
Music
So
school.
what do you think, Benjamin? You think you could excel in that sort of an environment?
Sorry, he gets very shy.
Oh, not to worry. If he's as gifted as you say he is, shyness is no problem. Why don't you two come back closer to the end of the year for an audition?
Fuck. It's even the right book. I remember this book. That same style and everything. The yellow with the green around the edges.
As you can see, there are some very fast runs in there, and a lot of stuff I've not taught you properly yet. So no
Oh,
pressure.
damn.
I just want you to try, and we can see if you start enjoying it. Just like to see you really rise to the occasion, just this once. I wish I had the option of going to a school like that when I was your age. I wouldn't be working this boring job or living in this boring town, I'll tell you that.
No, I don't want to crumple it. Oh boy.
Don't answer that, Ben. You can talk to your friend after you practice.
We gotta practice.
calling you again? What, is she obsessed with you?
Ah!
Anubis, in the presence of Ma'at, who you remember is the goddess of truth and justice, would weigh the deceased soul against a feather, determining whether it was worthy of entering into her land of the dead. And what if they are deemed unworthy? Well, you can see that ugly fur ball under the scale?
Hey,
That
Mr.
is
Kid.
Amen, and she's
That's
black. And yes, that's a she. The head of a crocodile.
Dear weird
fur
neighbor
of a
kid.
lion. See,
Tonight,
body
after
of
my dad goes to
hippopotamus.
sleep, I'm gonna sneak out my house and sleep on the
Though I would not
beach.
say that to her
If you want to get
face.
invited, draw me a picture of
Now,
Mr. Isaac
as
feeling
you can
constipated.
see, she is ready to devour any of the deceased who do not pass.
Ew, why is he so scared looking?
Okay, I'll.
worried about having him change schools just as he's starting to make friends.
Oh no, one day.
Coming here is to play that game you bought for him.
Okay, well, listen, I don't claim to understand the motives of children. but I-
Benny has a chance here.
Mommy and Daddy are fighting in the other room.
I mean this is no offense at all. But I don't think you actually really understand what that is.
Oof. Not good.
Lights out. You need to be rested for tomorrow. Memory consolidates when you're asleep. So if you go to sleep now, you will awaken a master. Trust me.
Richard, tell your son to turn the lights off.
Benny, Mom says turn the lights off.
Not Mom says, you say.
that's pretty real. Fuck it, we're gonna go see the girl.
I didn't think you'd actually pick up. I'm a sticky for a baby. I apologize. Okay, so meet me out in the alley and
Sleeping on the beach.
You
Sleeping
know,
on the beach.
I'm really glad you're here. There's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. Or to get off my chest. Okay. I don't think Consters is actually a really good game. My cousin Yoon, he was in town this weekend, and he was explaining how it's actually a ripoff of a really good Japanese game. He calls it a cash grab. So, I'm sorry that I made you like it because it's actually a terrible game.
Probably didn't
Thanks
sleep
for
at all.
confessing.
Out in the cold all night. You're already feeling sick, aren't you? It's okay. You still got this. I mean, all the practice had to count for something. Maybe you just
Right.
try and close your eyes now, get a little sleep on the way over.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to play the recording so the sound of mastery can seep into your subconscious a little, okay? Close your eyes, Ben. I'm going to be there
Oh dear.
soon.
In your own time, Benjamin, we are very excited to hear.
Fuck. The pressure. Shit. Uh-oh.
Oh, okay, okay. I think that's enough.
Fuck.
So, Benjamin, why don't we plan on having you come back next year again, once you've had a bit more time to practice? Yes? As you know, Burton isn't the right fit for every student, and I wish you the best of luck on your path,
Oof.
wherever it may take you, okay? All right.
Fuck.
I really want to thank you and your mother for coming all the way out here. I know it was.
Oof.
Maybe I pushed you too hard. Maybe I turned into my own father. I don't know. You have to find something to focus on. The world isn't very kind to people who aren't really good at something.
Damn, that was kind of deep.
School for a while, just until this nasty thing clears. Hey, Elle, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office? There's a small clerical thing I need you to look at before I can let you two go.
Woo.
Oh yes, of course.
It's such a crucial time in his development. He shouldn't be confined to his room.
Yeah, look, having him home for a little means I can spend more time with him.
Did I get sick from the beach or what?
This isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school.
Aww. I have boat. Hey, we're learning to art.
You hear me? What's he doing?
Why isn't your son eating with us, Al?
No. You mean young Vincent? Well.
And Mr. Benjamin Bryn has been awarded first place.
All right. Art. I think we answered the essay adequately there.
You are not here to learn to be painters. You are here to learn
Oh yeah,
to
school.
be artists. And although I was hired to teach you, it is a sham.
Oh, how very wacky and fun these are.
Oh boy. Getting saucy.
It's very zany, very kitsch. Lucky for you, the world is always in need of more greeting card artists.
Ouch. Fuck.
There you go, Mr. Bryn.
Ooh, we're getting all abstract up in here.
Feel each shape. Oh, you fiend.
I want you all
Abstract.
to take a long look at what Mr. Bryn has done here.
Oh dear.
You see, he has reached down deep within himself and created a masterpiece.
We drew some shapes. Hell yeah.
I'm stunned.
I know that lots of agents gave you lots of cards, and it all probably feels weird and alienating and the opposite of what being a starving artist is supposed to feel like. But if I can teach you one thing, it's that if opportunity knocks,
We're epic.
or making a living isn't selling out. I wish I had thought of it that way.
Look at us doing an art. Beautiful.
Benjamin, marvelous show.
Don't worry. You're not selling your soul.
Of course I'm not.
Well, look at that. You've crumpled my contract.
Not selling soul.
Being a difficult artist. The best of us are.
Thanks, art professor. Give me that wine.
Ah, this is divine. So, now that you've grown your...
stop. Is that Benjamin Brin?
Oh my god. I think it is.
Wrong places.
Yeah, doing an art. Look at this. And we're in Greece, evidently. Cool.
I bet you're happy you threw that contract in her face now. You didn't sell out.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Ben. Don't even pick up this call, okay? I mean it. I'm just calling to inform you that I went to the doctor today, and, well...
No.
I'm gonna be a little sick for a while.
No.
But, really, I don't want you worrying about it at all. Oh, Benny, I told you not to pick up.
Fuck.
But that's enough from me. Now, you'll hear from the person who I believe was the single thing in the world my wife was most proud of.
No!
Magnum opus, so to speak.
Fuck.
Go on, B.
Oh,
Say
no.
something.
Oh, shit.
Hey, you. As you know, I talk to big, very important people every day. And you are a snake. You are a fraud.
Uh-oh.
But worst of all, Benjamin, you are a little tease. I have told the world.
I don't like where this is going.
Just calling to tell you. I think I'm selling the house. She's everywhere here, son. I can't move without bumping into her. And then I just find myself.
Jesus Christ.
Take whatever you want. With your mother gone, I'm hoping to finally live without all the clutter. I'm just so glad you got to speak to her one last time. I mean, I know she told you not to pick up the phone, but, well, I'm just so happy that you did. She just wanted you to...
Oh man, are we gonna come back to the piano after all these years? Fuck! Oh!
Look. It's unbelievable, Benny.
I don't know, where is our girlfriend? We slipped on the beach for her!
Is that really you? It's Chloe, your neighbor.
Oh shit!
My god, I can't
Here she
believe
is!
this. It's been years. I just walked through the entire show. It's unbelievable. I'd love to walk through it again with you. I mean, if you were down for that. I just can't believe that my entire childhood, I was living next to a bona fide genius. I should have guessed it. I mean, with all those little drawings you did. And your mom. I always heard her playing piano from next door, but I didn't know she wrote the actual music. She was a genius. Hey, so, not to be forward, but what are you doing after this?
Oh.
Maybe we could get a drink or something? I'd really love to catch up. I can't believe everything that's happened to you. I want to hear all about it.
Now would you look at that? I cannot believe my luck. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! You finally hit the jackpot, Flapjack. All the nobody nothings dying every day. You finally sink your hook into a... Oh, well, there you are. Well,
hello, big mysterious tower.
Sir. If I realized, I would have cleaned up. I'm just used to fishing up a different class of soul. I mean, sure, I've had scientists, a couple college athletes here or there, but whew, an internationally renowned painter? The gatekeeper's gonna eat you up.
I don't like the sound of that.
Speaking of that, why don't we give your story a test run? Maybe you help me out with the word choice, since, you know, I'm still working on that. See if I'm getting all the strokes right, the proper composition, if you catch my drift. Forget about it. All right, here we go. Gatekeeper! Before you stands the soul of a great man. Now, would you describe yourself as a happy kid or a lonely one?
I'm gonna go with lonely.
His childhood was a lonely one. Growing up as a strange, quiet child in an isolated seaside town. And, what'd you say your mom was? A composer or an accountant? His mother was a composer who, with the need to support her family, took a job as an accountant. How would you describe her as a teacher? More encouraging or demanding? Kind of like your champion or more like a
kind of demanding.
Therefore, as his piano teacher, she was over demanding, forcing him to practice day in and day out, hoping that he might one day achieve that greatness that she never could. And how about that neighbor girl? What was she to you? Was she your best friend or your first love?
Oh,
Be
shit.
here. Don't be. But on the eve
She's the
of his
only
big
girl who ever
audition,
talked to
he
us in our
completely
whole life.
Dropped the ball, staying up all night with his first love and blowing it the next day. Now, from that moment forward, his mother gave up on him. She knew he didn't have what it took to be a truly great musician. But little did she know, she just picked the wrong medium, right? See, when he was 12 years old, he got sick, and he had to stay inside for an entire year.
Oh,
In
damn, that was for a year?
He rediscovered a talent he'd forgotten. Painting. Sure, he loved finger painting as a child. Color and shape were the first languages he learned to speak. But for the first
I guess
time,
so. I wonder what we were sick
he
with.
saw it in a more serious light. He was accepted into an exclusive art school where he caught the eye of an esteemed professor who launched his work into the national spotlight. Now be quiet, all of you. With expectations on his career mounting, he stalled himself into bankruptcy, which turned out to be a blessing, for it wasn't until he returned home to the house he grew up in that he began work on what would ultimately be considered his masterpiece. I said shut up, you scumballs! You mucky fowls! All right! I get it! I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I had assumed as much anyway. I should probably tell you, those things, they're not regular gulls. They're liar birds. They're what becomes of souls who tried to lie to the gatekeeper. And once they try that, they're never allowed near her city again. I get to feeling bad for not defending them right, so they just stay on with me. Living reminders of my oratory shortcomings.
Oh, yeah, good thinking. I'll be back to get you once I'm done with this one.
Hopefully you won't be seeing him again.
Ooh. It's kind of an interesting, like...
You're a flea-bitten sap. You know that?
Interesting kind of take on the River Styx.
Poor fool doesn't know what he's in for.
I don't know how I feel about this place. Yeah, right?
That I haven't dealt with people like you.
What?
You're ashamed of something. Something so terrible, you're trying to blink right past it. Because if the gatekeeper knew, she'd have to dream up fresh new hells to punish someone as worthless as you. And I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're the rottenest soul that I ever fished out of that black muck. And I should have thrown you back and sanitized my paw as soon as I laid eyes on you. But it's too late for that. We're in this together. And the gatekeeper, she'll see right through your fake lies as if they were glass. So I'm gonna ask you again to start from the very beginning. And this time, I want the truth.
Oh dear. Fuck.
Not this.
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember?
The kitty!
Come on, keep blinking. I haven't found it yet.
Doesn't that make you feel happy? You know, my father once told me.
This. Stay here. What did your mother hear on that phone call? Keep your eyes open.
Oh.
I need to see.
Okay. Fuck.
Let's try this again.
Not blinking. Fuck. Oh, okay.
I'm getting it.
I wondered what that ominous phone call was about.
Hello? Yes, of course. This is Elle, his daughter.
Oh. Oh, what is it?
See, she knew she hadn't yet lived up to her father's expectations. And now, she never could. Let's keep going.
You really need to stay in time with the metronome, okay?
You were a prodigal talent. I get it.
Eternally indebted.
What did you just say?
This isn't a trip down memory lane. I need you to stay focused. Yes, I understand about the cat. Let's keep going.
No, my kitty! Oh, fuck.
Keep
I wondered what this was,
eyes
too.
Open.
I don't know if I want to know. Wait, did our cat die? Because we never saw the cat after this. Oh no! I don't want to know! Oh!
And one more time.
Fuck! Bad memories time! I don't want to know! No!
death of those cats must have taught you a terrifying lesson.
No!
That simply being alive wasn't enough. So then you went to work to make yourself sensational.
Oh.
I like hanging out with you a lot.
Okay. Hold on a sec. What really sucks about that?
I'm worried about who you're going
That happened to one of my cats.
Well, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office?
Oh. That happened to one of my kittens.
Swear to God, if you blink again.
Oh, fuck this game. Oh. Oh. This is too real,
I
man.
understand that it's difficult. That's why I need to see it.
Shit.
Time in his development. He shouldn't be confined to his room.
Yeah, but look, having him home for long means I can spend more time with him. You know? We can focus him, make sure he's staying engaged.
Can you please try to speak a little softer? I really don't want him to hear us talking about this.
What's the point? What's the point?
Oh, I gotta close my eyes.
What do you mean? What's the point? What does that mean?
What's the point of any of it? If he's never gonna get any better.
Okay. Let's not say that.
Ooh.
Okay? We know we don't mean it.
I know I don't. I know.
I mean, what if he heard one of us saying something like that?
I'd never forgive myself.
It's okay. He's asleep. It's okay.
Damn. Oh.
I see. You got sick. You howled at the moon at the top of your lungs.
Oh.
You were sick for a long time, weren't you? Sicker than healthy kids are supposed to get?
Maybe.
No matter how painful it gets, I need you to remember. We're all...
Are we gonna find out what happened to us
This
here?
isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school. Try writing with it.
Hi,
Well,
Mom.
hello, Benny. It was your grandfather's, but I used it in college to write lyrics.
So artsy.
Exactly. It was very artsy. Actually, I was just good at fooling your dad. Made him think I was some kind of genius. Why don't you write the story of your life so far? And then what you're going to do once you get better. That's the story I...
Great start. Didn't spell my name right. Well, this sounds familiar so far.
Man, this is wild. You really got into this, didn't you? Oh, here I am. But on the eve of his big audition, he completely dropped the ball, staying up all night with his first love and blowing it the next day. First love? Okay, Benny.
You are going to be in there for about 30 minutes, so try to get comfortable.
Uh-oh. This is an MRI machine.
You're doing great, buddy. Just a little longer, okay?
Knock, knock. You're gonna be so annoyed with me, but I couldn't help but overhear Chloe reading loud from what I think was your story the other night. I know. I promised myself I wouldn't eavesdrop, but I would really love to read it if you'd let me. What do you say? You know I'm such a big fan of anything you do. I can't.
Just go in there and tell me you loved it.
I'm sorry, I just can't. Not right now.
Okay, don't worry. Just go to bed. I'll talk to you.
Oof.
Baby, just want you to know that Mom loved your story. She's just, I think it was just very emotional for her to read. But I thought it was great. I mean, look at this. His childhood was a lonely one, growing up a strange and quiet child in an isolated seaside town. I mean, I'm certainly bummed you feel that way. But what I want to know is, where'd you learn to write so well? All the
Oof. Oof. Heavy stuff, man. Ooh, god damn, dude. Fuck. Whoa, hello.
Benny! Ben! Oh God, can you hear me?
That's not good. I don't know what disease we got, but that looks not good.
So if he's ever in pain, all he needs to do is
Oh, we gotta
press
close
that
our
red
eyes again.
button, and the drug will administer itself.
Thank you so much. You know, I know my wife would normally want to thank you herself.
No, I understand. It hits mothers the hardest, this sort of thing.
Thank you for understanding. It's been a rough one.
Damn, we had a shitty time that year. Give me the drugs.
Hey, Eddie. Yeah, hey man, it's Richard.
Oh, I think it's
Listen, I
detecting
know Elle's
backwards.
been missing in action, but I just want you to understand things have taken a
There we go.
really bad turn here.
Hey, this isn't funny, you know. What? You're too scared to talk to me? Well, just so you know, I know you're faking.
because if you were really sick, like actually sick, you'd have told me already. I happen to actually know about this stuff, so the fact that you are faking just so you don't have to go to school with me is actually ridiculous. I don't...
Oh, jeez.
I remember when you were just 4 years old. Mom was going through a pretty tough time. I mean, not as tough as now, but yeah, her music had been rejected, and she's having trouble adjusting to her quiet little life out here, and I feared that I was losing her. But then you played this on the piano, and just your little hands reaching up for the keys. She just couldn't believe how gifted you were. And once she heard that, well, it was like you brought her right back to me. So, I was wondering if maybe you could do that trick again. Try closing your eyes. See if you can remember.
Wait, that's my piece. How did you figure out how to play that?
Keep playing, B. She's listening.
It doesn't help that's a really pretty piece. Wait! The mom's still alive?
What are you doing, Elle? She's gonna make you sick.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just so happy she's here. We've got to show this cat some real love. She's been through more than we can even imagine.
Oh.
She hasn't been over. Like, she didn't even care to visit?
No, I mean, I don't think he's told her.
And you're just letting that be?
I don't know her step. You know how Benny is.
She lost her mother a year ago. You knew that, right?
Oh my god, you're an idiot. You do realize this is really nothing special to me. I've seen this all before. I was thinking about what you said in the story the other day and how I reacted to it. I feel kind of bad. I shouldn't have done that. But hey, what are you looking at? Don't look up there. Look at me. I'm talking to you. I want to give you something, but I think I don't want to be in the room when you see what it is. So maybe if you close your eyes, I can give it to you and I'm gonna leave. Close your eyes now, okay?
Oh, there we go. Dear weird neighbor kid. Oh, shit.
What is that?
It's something new I'm working on.
So you're writing again?
It's just a melody that came to me. It feels good to play it.
It's sad.
Yeah, well, that would make sense. But do you like it?
I mean, yeah. I love everything you do.
What do you like about it?
Not this old trap.
Go on. I'm waiting.
Well, it made me feel like if the unspeakable darkness I'm carrying can be so well expressed, maybe it's not so unspeakable. Nailed it, didn't I?
Yeah. I mean, that was pretty good.
Oh, Sob Squad indeed. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, I can't even move. Fuck.
I can't breathe.
I know.
It's okay, Benny.
Not good.
You know, for a while now, I've wondered if I'm just not a good enough storyteller. If I just don't have grand enough words.
Hey, Mr. Borf.
Grand enough stories.
We're having a real
Grand words and
feelings
stories.
time here tonight.
I think they may be overrated. I know just what to tell her. Watch for her now. I've seen the gatekeeper take many forms depending
An
on the
emotional
soul I
trip,
bring her.
that's what it is.
But once you see her, you'll know. Believe me.
And we control it with our eyes.
I should go get
like
ready.
actual blinking.
Don't worry. We got this. I think.
Well, this place is kind of neat. A lot better than the ominous tower. Oh. The trees are... The gatekeeper is a giant cat!
There she is. Wish me luck.
She's beautiful!
Gatekeeper, before you sits the soul of a child who died before he could grow old.
That means she's ready to hear your story.
You know, I never told you how much I loved your story.
It's our cat!
It's really so imaginative. And the person you wrote about is such an interesting and intense guy. My only issue was, well, I didn't like him very much. So, I wanted to read you something I wrote for you, which is about the Benny I've known for 11 years now. It's called The Great Life of Benjamin Brin. Benjamin Brin was
born into an ordinary home.
Ordinary mother and father in a small town by the sea.
His mother was a composer, or...
At least that's what she dreamed she'd be.
So, when her own...
didn't pan out, she began to
dream for him.
But then...
he was just 11 years old.
He got sick.
And was forced to stay inside for an
entire year.
And in that year...
he began to worry that he hadn't lived
enough. So
he made up a story of the great life
he thought he wanted.
which only
made him forget the great light
he already had.
how he had filled a new home.
Light and joy and promise. How he met a girl, his neighbor,
who felt all
world and made her feel
okay again.
Now, even when he was sick,
he still gave his parents hope.
How he reminded them exactly
who they were after they had almost
So when he knew he was going
go, he was
okay. Because he'd already lived a great life. A full life. And he was everything he needed to be. Just as he was.
Oh. God damn it.
Close your eyes now, and keep them closed. She's gonna let you in. Go on. You know what to do.
Why is he smiling like that?
it must be somewhere that he likes.
Whew. God damn it. Holy fuck. Oh.
I wanna be somebody.
Oh. Whew.
2.0 for you.
That was some good shit right there.
And when you meet somebody,
Oh, hello.
You need a hug.
you're gonna feel
Yeah.
the same way I do. I'm gonna say I love you.
Oh. Fucking hell. Whew.
When that chance comes through,
Well, I mean, the whole game, that was literally the whole game, and it took us like an hour and a half. It's not very long. But you know what? Length of the game does not really matter. Like, there's a lot of people who would see a game that's like an hour and a half long, and they'd be like, oh, well, it's only like an hour and a half long, we're not going to spend money on that. Like, oh my god, that was so good. And like the whole blinking mechanic with it was just like perfect. Holy fuck. Oh. Shit. Man, I love games that are like this. Feels games are good shit. Oh.
and without 'em, you'll be thinking.
The cat, though. Oh. Yeah, so now I don't have to, like, be madly blinking. Yeah, that kind of thing happened to a cat of mine, too. So, like, back when I was, like, 11 or 12, we had a cat that we got that had just, like, wandered into our yard at some point. And we just started taking care of her and feeding her, and then she kind of became our cat. And, you know, at some point she, like, was gone for a little bit and came back. She was pregnant, and she had 4 kittens. And, like, 3 of them we, you know, gave away to people we knew around the neighborhood so they could raise them. And then the last one we had, we kept. So we had her, and then we had the 1 kitten. And our next door neighbors at the time had a couple of huskies, like Siberian huskies that like were pretty like rambunctious. They weren't like, you know, like mad or like kind of angry dogs or anything. They were just, you know, they're big. They were like huskies, and they would have a tendency to break through the fence between our yards, just because they would play around and it was kind of a shitty fence. And at one point, like one winter time, they had like broken into our backyard, and like the back door of our garage didn't have like a doorknob in it. It was just like it was just the door, and it would just kind of be held shut by friction. And the kitten was, you know, in the garage doing whatever it was doing, and the huskies got in there, and the cat died. And like it, from what we could tell, like it didn't die because like they were violent to it. Like it wasn't like they bit it, and like it wasn't where there wasn't like any blood. There wasn't any like they didn't like, you know, tear it up or anything. From what we could tell, I think they accidentally smothered it. Like they laid on it or tried to cuddle with it, and you know, little tiny kitten and two big ass huskies, they probably didn't really realize their weight or size, and it seems they smothered the kitten. And of course, you know, me being 11 years old, finding my cat dead in the garage was really pissed, because I thought, you know, I just thought, you know, these dogs killed my cat, fuck these dogs. And like I ran out into the backyard, and it was the winter. This was like in like December, and I remember like grabbing an icicle off of like the garage roof, and I like fully intended to go like try to stab a dog with an icicle. I was really mad, and my mom saw me out the kitchen window and made me not do that. But yeah, it was really sad. The kitten's name was Cool Whip. He was white. He was like all white, so we named him Cool Whip. But yeah, like, I mean, for me at least, like, and I'm sure this game is too real for a lot of people, but that was really real for me, because like the piano stuff growing up, the cat, the kittens dying, like, fuck, that was too real. Oh, well, that was that. That was before your eyes. Yeah. What a trip. What a cool game. This little piano piece is so nice too. Alright, well, I know it's a shorter stream since that game was only an hour and a half long, but I think I'm good for now. I've had too many feelings today to do something else right now. But it looks like my friend Fenrir is streaming, looks like more Mario ROM hacks. So we'll go raid good old. Yeah, you really did. Like, you really just saw like the very, very end of the game and me dying of feels. So hope that was interesting. Off we go. Okay, Fenrir raid. You too, Katie Racer. Borf, thanks for coming. Anyone else who dropped by during the time that I don't see? Alright, off we go.